when it comes to recovery. I've learned that everybody is recovering from something, whatever it may be. You know, I think when a woman gives birth to a child, she's recovering. You know, and anyone can look at it any other way. When you interact with a woman, you may be recovering. You know, so because you are giving out something, you know, there has been a a release and a relief and recovery. Dr. King said that the ghetto is like a domestic colony, always being depleted but never replenished. So anytime you're being depleted, you want to be replenished. Recovering from, I like to say, from being depleted. One of the unique paths when it comes to why some people relapse after treatment is going back to the crowd. We were clear about that, not going back to the crowd, you know, because the same environment or the friends that are still using, because the pressures of life would tax your fragile ability when it comes to your cravings and your urges. And surely you don't want the pressures of life to tax you in that manner, in that way. In the meantime, in between time, we talked about when it comes to triggers then cravings, you said you want to, or triggers, thoughts, then cravings. You want to correct it at the thought. Because you don't want to place yourself in a vulnerable situation. And we know that people take advantage of your vulnerability. Also, in that wise, I shared with each of you in regards to this here is that remember how, you know, someone wants you to be close to them, and they want you to be close to them because they probably taking advantage of your vulnerability, and they may be participating in their addictive behavior because they want you close to them, and you want something, you got something that they want. That means they're trying to play you to get something out from you, and then you wind up being close to them, and then, you know, it's almost like someone is milking a cow. You know, they're going to milk you like a cow. So, because you are able to stand on your own 2 feet. That's what you want to be able to do. To be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Don't be tricked by the insidious, cunning, baffling, addictive behavior of another human being. Trickish. Then we talked about feeling lonely and blue. It is normal for a recovering addict to feel down the dumps, you know, after the critical time, the first 90 days, as we talked about it. And brother talked about how he may feel stronger now than he ever did before, you know. And I didn't address the word feeling, but that's where he's at. That's where you are. That's where you are. If you're strong, you're strong. If you're strong, you're strong. And you build on those strengths. You build on those strengths. Yes. And we talked about refusal to change behavior. Refuse to change behavior. You know, there was a brother, Imam D. Muhammad said that's what's killing us is our resistance to change. Refusal to change your behavior. You don't want to gamble. Keep gambling with your life. You know, when we talk about change from an unhealthy behavior pattern to a healthy behavior pattern, as brother, someone talked about that as well. Change the pattern, you know. I think that which cannot be changed biologically is each and every one of our DNA that cannot be changed. So, appreciate your unique path toward recovery, and appreciate your uniqueness yourself. Appreciate your own uniqueness. Embrace yourself with love. Embrace your road toward recovery, man. Embrace it, man. accept the challenge, and develop the tools that you need to help you through this process. Whether it be reaching out with a sponsor, whether it be developing coping mechanism skills, whatever it may be, listening to a counselor or a lecture or going to a meeting, whatever it may be, embrace it. Someone says embrace life like a lover. And too much vulnerability. We were talking about too much availability, I should say. Too much time. Idle mind, you don't want idle mind. Whatever it is, pick up a book. One brother say pick up a book and he read. Pick up a book, read something. It will help you. Because if there's too much stuff in your presence, too much foolishness in your presence, whatever it is that your addiction may be, alcohol, whatever it may be, if it's too much in your presence, man, it may lead to a disaster. Could spell trouble. When you spell trouble, T-O what? U-B-L-E. For me, trouble is anything that boxes you in. You don't want to be boxed in. Yes. And talked about no motivation. So we want to motivate. Some like insight, some like motivation. You want to be motivated. In this recovery process. And don't do it halfway. Don't be half-hearted about it. Put all your heart in it. Put all your soul. Put all your spirit. Put all your mind. Put it in you. Put everything in it, just like the same way that we did all that we went all the way and wanted to do what we wanted to do when it comes to picking up or seeing somebody or whatever it may be. We wanted it and we had the intentions of getting it, and we wouldn't let nothing stop us from getting it. So let nothing stop you getting your way, from preventing you, man, from achieving your goals when it comes to remaining abstinence from any substance use. Yes. Go all the way with it, man. Don't be half-hearted about it. Yes. And look ahead and explore all the possibilities that you have at your disposal. Because you are capable, but you must learn that there is capability, but there must be dependability and reliability. Because far too many times in our substance use that we are capable, but we're not reliable and we're not dependable. And then therefore we become a discreditable person. So you want to restore the credibility that is in yourself. Restore that credibility. Become motivated and get the insight that you need. And then the next one was treatment ended too soon. Don't leave before the blessing. Don't leave before the blessing. We used to teach that. Don't leave before the blessing comes. And it says that when you learn the lesson, that's when you get the blessing. Sometimes people leave treatment too soon. So don't leave too soon. Go through the process. Go through the process. You don't want to be premature in your thinking, man. Don't leave prematurely. Check your thoughts, man. Process your emotions in a sober manner, in a sober way. In the words of Les Brown, how do you expect to get it if you don't go for it? And as Nike said, just do it. Just do it. And finally, overconfidence results in relapse. Sometimes we may think that the stresses and the triggers and the cravings, and we're just immune to it. That we can believe that we got this thing, I always liken a belief as an uncertainty. The only thing I'm certain is that any time or any given moment, any given second, that we could pick up and use. Sometimes we can get tricked and we can be successful and celebrate that success, and we say we want to drink and we want to maybe smoke a joint or whatever and want to relax. And sooner or later we realize that One drink leads to another drink, and another drink to another drink, and one joint leads to another joint. And we want to get to a point that we don't want to allow our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, our attitude get the best of us, that it won't be a joint that we will be smoking, that we will be right back in the joint. And that's what we don't want to do. So we don't want to go back into the joint. I mean, the joint, I'm talking about some form of incarceration. Any questions, comments, concerns, and challenges?